Hey P 570. Hope you guys are having a great week. It's already week 3. That's really exciting. Um, so getting right into this deal. Uh, it's an interesting chapter for me. It kind of gives me some insight to my athletic director and what he goes through on a daily basis, and so that's really exciting for me because I want to be an athletic director possibly one day. Sorry, that's my dog coming by every once in a while. He's really nosy, but um, so this gives me a really good insight about what's to come and what his job is and everything going on. So pertaining to this video response, it's interesting. It says, "Where is your school in compliance with these administrative tasks? How do you know?" Our school lets absolutely nothing go. We fill out a form for any and everything. If we want to use the cafeteria for um, for a meal during the summer after a workout when no other student on campus is there, we got to fill out a form for it. If we want to have a bus, our school has our own transportation. So if we want to get a bus, we got to fill out that form. They like it 6 months in advance, but um, they'll take it 3 months in advance. So just going down the list of things that they literally do not let anything slide. It's a private school. They've been burned on some things before. I don't really know the details of that, or I'd share it, but just hearing stories, they've been burned on kids riding with parents without a note or stuff like that. So, I mean, if we got a kid riding to an event, even with me last week, I had an eighth grader ride with me down. We played about 200 miles from home, so I drove and I drove ahead of the bus. That way, I could get there and get stuff set up. The eighth grader was our head coach's son, and he had to fill out this long form about how he could ride with me and medical releases and all in case we got into a wreck and just a lot of stuff. So that just gives you an example of what our administration, what our athletic director does, which is a good thing. But I mean, as a coach, it can get aggravating. Where's your school out of compliance? What steps can you take to resolve these issues? I mean, guys, I've worked there for 3 years, and I haven't come across a issue yet. Um, the only issue I could, that's not even an issue. That had to do with my physical education was not supervising my class, and we had a fight in the locker room. But that don't really have anything to pertain to this week 3. That's just an issue that I've had. But besides that, I mean, we gotta record everything that we do. Besides our locker room, we got to tell our athletic director everywhere that we're going to be. On the practice field, on the game field. If we're going to be on the game field for practice, we got to let them know. Even though no one else uses it, we don't have a soccer program or a lacrosse program, so it's just a football field. But we still got to let them know in case cheerleading happens to be out there. We don't have a band, so they're not going to be out there. It's just, and I've always questioned that, but reading some of this stuff, it matters. Our athletic director really wants to know where people are. So, we got to let him know if things change. For instance, we'll get a bunch of rain and our practice field will be a mess. He wants to know it as soon as possible. And then he usually sends out an email to parents telling them that we're practicing on the practice field. I mean, game field. So, that's just my 2 cents on it. I think he set a great example for me. Um, Before this week 3, I probably said there was some things I would do different, but after reading about how important some of the stuff is, he does his job and does it really well. So I'm looking forward to hearing um, some of the things you guys say about your school being out of compliance.